You know, on a regular basis, I ask my clients to share with me the images at their weddings. And I do that because it's helpful in my marketing material to have professional images. You don't really necessarily want to show up with amateur images if you're trying to show off professional. And that's another podcast, another conversation we'll have one day about, you know, if you want to be seen as a certain thing, are you actually showing up as that thing? But right now I'm talking about staging. Hi, I'm Bill Herman. This is The Creative License. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Staging is really important, and a lot of entertainers don't take it into consideration. You know who takes it into consideration? The people who get paid the most. The designers, okay? The florists, the caterer who creates the look in the room. Those things are created specifically so that they can capture images that later will be looked upon with love from their clients in their wedding albums and the video stuff and things like that. Now, oftentimes they will do that. Like a caterer will create a room that's amazing, okay, and they'll build it like they're building a table, you know, building it from the center, a centerpiece, and then tables around it and everything, and the flowers and the draping and the lighting and all that stuff. They take a lot of that stuff into consideration for those images. But they don't often take that same consideration into you. And you know this because you show up to a beautiful venue and they've thrown you into another room. Or they put you in the corner. They've got this square room, right? And then they put the DJ here, with the dance floor here, with tables in the dance floor. And there's the exit sign to the next room right next to you. And you know what I'm saying? So there's nothing behind you that's going to make you look good. And when the dancing begins, all that stuff that's behind them for dancing, that's the photographs. You don't take you can take it into consideration because it's affecting you. Plus, who better to look at their room from those images? Oftentimes the photographer doesn't go and look at that room well ahead of time, but you know what to expect. When was the last time that the wedding cake that they were serving kind of once again became a thing that they kind of put in the corner? Put it by the door with those walls, those false walls that separate a room. So that's in the middle of the room. So right behind the cake is the slatted false walls. Okay, those are going to be in their wedding pictures. Okay, or it's next to the exit sign, and they have to have an exit sign because the fire marshal says they have an exit sign. But they didn't give any thought to the fact they could put that cake somewhere else, or where the first dance is going to happen. You can see that when they have that first dance, you're going to be in the picture. Your gear is going to be in the picture. How your gear looks now really, really matters. That's part of staging. So the best way to get your brain around the staging that's going to help you to make you look like the expert and the person who cares enough about thinking about those things so that later on all that imagery is going to look nice. You can do that, but you need to do that by thinking like a cinematographer, thinking like a videographer, thinking like a photographer. Because a photographer comes in a room, they don't just look at, well, I got to get a picture of grandma. They take a picture of grandma, but they also know they're taking a picture of the chair she's sitting in, and the wall that's behind her, and the lights that are above her, and the draping, and the exit sign. Okay, so they see something that doesn't right, they're going to move grandma's chair. They're staging the photograph. You are creating the action for the evening. Right from the moment that they arrive, to their introductions, to their speeches, to their cake cutting, to the dance. You may be available to help create all these things. So if you're creating all these things, why wouldn't you also look at it like the cinematographer in the scene that you are directing? So you need to see what's behind there. And when you point out to them that you want to be introduced from this door, I get that, but you notice that right there is also the door to the kitchen. And you can see that there's a little glass window, and you can see the staff will be standing there waiting, and it's kind of a floppy door, and it's kind of greasy because they've been going in. You sure you want that in your picture? Wow, I never thought about that. They don't look three-dimensional at it as well. Heck, you're probably not doing this. So when I talk about staging, I'm talking about what happens in and around the action that you've created. Look beyond that spot. Look to the walls. Look to the windows, to the walls, Little John was great at staging. If you have comments about this, then Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you'd like to talk to me personally, certainly can. It's bill@billherman.com. You can even find my phone number if you Google me. It's not that tough. If you want to know more about the workshops, there are seats available right now in our workshops that are happening right now. But you got to reach out. It's entertainment-experience.com, or call me or whatever, and we'll get you into a workshop. Until next time, this is Bill Herman, and this has been Creative License.